without talking, the first thing I want you to do is fold your paper in half. Fold your paper in half. So we've all folded our paper in half. Okay, is there more than one way that you could have done this?
No. 2 out of 1 paper.
Okay, now Taniota, hold yours up. Is his paper folded in half?
Yes.
Okay, Tifaya, hold yours up. Hold them both up, you guys. Is her paper folded in half?
Yeah.
Okay, so is there more than one way of folding your paper in half?
Yes.
Yes, there is. Okay, so they are both right. Most of you did it the same way as Tifaya, but Taniota's one is still in half. Okay, now I want you to open up your paper again and draw a line down where the half mark is. Doesn't have to be perfectly straight, but just get it as straight as you can. We have so far, we've folded our paper in half and we've drawn a line down the middle. So what have we divided our piece of paper into? Put your hand up if you know. Nick? Into halves. How many halves are there on your piece of paper, Lucas?
2.
There's 2 halves. Put your hand up if you think you know how to write 1 half. Tifaya thinks she might know. Do you think you might know? Alright, Rajiv?
Draw a line in the middle and put 1 on the top and put a 2 on the bottom.
Great, so what Rajiv is saying, excellent, is that when you write 1 half, you have a line in the middle, there's a 1 at the top, and there's a 2 at the bottom. Okay, so on each of your halves of your piece of paper, I want you to do the symbol 1 half. Okay, nice and big in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Okay, on each side, because how many halves do you have?
2.
2, so you need to write it twice. Maramakoto? The question, what does the number at the top of that fraction, because these are fractions, tell you? What is the 1 for? What do you think it's for, Nick?
1 half.
1 half, so what does it tell you? You think, Kiana? Lukey?
It's 1 column.
It's 1 column, not column.
Oh,
It's-
1 symbol.
No. How, Casey?
At first it was 1 whole thing,
Yeah,
and then you fold it over so the 2 goes at the bottom.
because we know that there's 2 what?
Sides.
2 halves or 2
Sides.
sides or 2 pieces.
1.
Okay, Leon, put your pen down. Okay, so if we know they're halves, they've both got 2's at the bottom, it tells us that there are 2 pieces. Well, why is there a 1 at the top of each of them? Rajiv?
Because on the side there's like one here.
Yep.
And so there's like another one there, and together they make 2.
Excellent. Awesome. So 1 half, the 1 is at the top because it tells you how many halves there are. We know that altogether there's going to be 2, but the 1 tells you how many. What do you think would happen if you put your piece of paper, I'm just going to show you with these guys, and I put all of those together like that? How many halves are there now? I'll just take a picture of them. We didn't. The pieces are still the same, aren't they, Chandelier? So now that they're joined together, we've actually got 4 halves. Okay. Now, if you look at that again, how many whole bits do you have?
2.
That's right, Emily. So you've got 2 whole bits. So 2 whole bits of the paper is the same as how many halves?
2. And
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
Oh, that whole thing equals 12.
1 plus 1, 2.
What do you mean the whole thing equals 12?
Because look, there's 1, 2, 3, 4,
There's 4 halves.
5, 6, 7.
What are you counting, Lucas? There's only 4 halves there,
See?
isn't there?
That's right.
Okay, hang on. Okay, in front of you each, you have got how many sticks?
12.
12. I want you to put half of your sticks on each half of your shape.
So 1, 1. That's 1 and 1.
You need to put all of your sticks on your shape.
Oh, 6 each.
How did you know that? Come on, Dylan. So you're going to put half of your sticks on each half of your shape. No, the sticks you've already got. How many sticks did we have to start with?
12.
How many sticks did we have to start with?
12.
12.
Look, this is what I do.
Awesome. So Casey, you're using your doubles, aren't you?
Dad, That's 12.
Okay, now when you've got your sticks divided equally onto your shape, I'd like you to quietly go and get your iPad and bring it back down here, please.
Done. Miss B, I done 7 on each. I had 1 more left. Can I photo mine?
What I'd like you to do now is to take a photo so that you can actually see your sticks, not so that they're all munched up together, so that you can see the symbol that says half. And then I want you to tell me, Lucas, what half of 12 is, and write it underneath your picture on your explain everything. Look up here. This is what you need to do underneath your picture, okay? So you're going to tell me what half of 12 is. So this time, I want you to fold your paper in half again along the same line, and then once you fold it in half, I want you to fold it in half again. So you're going to fold it twice. You have folded it in half the second time. You now need to draw a line along the second fold that you just made. You folded it into how many bits?
4.
So what fraction have you folded your paper into now?
2 out of 4.
Shh, Kiana.
What are you doing?
Excellent. Did you hear what she said?
Yeah.
Okay, what did you say in a big voice?
Quarters.
Quarters. And can you tell me how I would write, hahuna, 1 quarter? How would I write 1 quarter?
1 and 4.
Yep, 1. Oopsie, pencil. 1 with a line, and then 4, because the number at the bottom is called the denominator, and it tells you how many bits there are. So in the corner of each of your quarters on your piece of paper, could you write 1 quarter, please? Do that now. See 1 quarter? Hand up if you can tell me which one is bigger, a half or a quarter.
A half.
Rajiv, your hands up.
A quarter?
Is bigger? As a half is bigger. Okay, awesome. So we know 1/2 is bigger than 1 quarter, don't we?
Yeah.
How many quarters fit in 1/2? Haneda, how many quarters fit in 1/2? Look at your piece of paper. How many quarters fit in 1/2? Look at the half of your paper. How many quarters are there on it?
4.
1, 4.
People are calling out.
14. 2.
Excellent, there's 2 quarters. Now can you make sure you've got 1 quarter written on every quarter? You've only written it on your bottom 2. Okay, so you need to write quarter on all 4 bits. You should have written 1 quarter 4 times, shouldn't you?
Yes.
Awesome. Using your same 12 sticks now, I want you to put your 12 sticks evenly onto the 4 quarters on your shape. Go. So you've got your sticks on your paper. I want you to write, take a photo and write 1 quarter of 12 is, or equals, and how many there are on 1 quarter. Look at my one. Should look like that. So Zealous, you need to put the same number of sticks on each quarter. You've got 4 quarters. So your sticks at the moment, you've got none on your bottom 2 quarters, have you?
What do we write?
Okay, Casey, can you just help Zealous spread his out? We want 1 quarter of 12 equals. Does it look like that? Screenshot.
Of
Mine has been It's 3. What do we write? It's 3. I finished before you did.
Look at your piece of paper and your sticks in front of you. Before Haneda told us that there were how many quarters in 1/2? 2 quarters in 1/2. Okay, so how many matchsticks are there in 2 quarters of your...
3.
In 2 quarters of your shape?
1.
Kaya, what did you say? How do you know it's 6?
Because 3 plus 3 equals 6.
Thank you, Kaya, aka Tani Order. That means also known as. Okay, because on 2 halves, on 2 quarters, sorry, you've got 6. How many matchsticks are there on 3 quarters of your shape?
9.
3.
Casey?
12.
On 3 quarters of your shape?
9. 12.
Okay, on your picture, I would like you to look up here. Look up here. Look up here. I want you to get your pencil and circle where 3 quarters of your shape is. Okay? And then I want you to be able to tell me how many matchsticks there are in 3 quarters of your 12. Okay, on your picture, on your pick collar, on your explain everything, Matua. Okay?
12. Like a gun. Like this.
It's 9. Circle. Oh, yeah, it's 9.
This.
Okay, so on your pick collage, we worked out that 1 quarter of 12, sorry, What is 1/4 of 12, Kiana? What's in 1/4? Okay, so 1/4 of 12 is 3. So 3/4 of 12, we have to count the number of sticks in 3/4. So how many are there?
9.
In 3/4?
9.
9, because there's 3 plus 3 plus 3. So 3/4 of 12 is 9. Okay, so make sure you've written both of those on there. 1/4 of 12 equals 3. 3/4 of 12 equals 9. Okay? It says 3/4 of 12 equals 9. How do you write 3/4, Casey?
1, a line, and 3.
That would be 1/3. How would we write 3/4?
Line.
Matua?
3. 3. Line 4.
That's right. So 3/4, it's got 3 at the top, Lucas. It's got a line and then it's got a 4 at the bottom. Okay, so you need to show me 3/4 of 12 and 1/4 of 12. Check the person beside you has done it properly before you go on to your next slide. So far, waiting, we have folded our paper into what kind of fractions?
Quarters.
What fraction is it, Rajiv?
The 1 and the line and the 4.
What are they? What are they called?
1/4.
Yeah, it's either 1/4 or a quarter. It's the same thing. Okay, so now I'm going to fold my paper back along those lines again. And Casey, I'm going to do one more fold. Okay, Leon, when you do your fold it the opposite way that you already have, okay? Right, so I've done one more fold. And then I'm going to open it up again and do a line along the next fold that I have made.
And we're going to have 5.
Okay? So fold it in half, fold it in half, fold it in half. What are you going to have, I wonder?
6, 7, 8.
Are you?
I've got 8.
So how many pieces are there now?
8.
8. So what fraction have you folded them into?
1/8.
1/8. You folded them. Here's my question to you. Do you think it is possible to evenly put 12 sticks onto this shape? Have a go and see what happens. Can you evenly put 12 onto that shape?
2, 4. It's not even. No, because 8 plus 9 equals 17.
Does it?
I mean, 60.
Ah.
I don't know.
So So we would need more sticks, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, here's a question for you then. I can see that, Taniura, you've got 2 on 4 and 1 on the other 4.
I do.
What would happen, I don't want you to do it, but if we were to make it even, how could we make it even without adding any sticks? Without adding any sticks.
Taking sticks off.
Lucas?
Put one on each first.
Yep, do that and then see what you've got left.
Take one.
No, we can't take any away either. Is it possible?
This keeps on bending over.
Is it possible to evenly put your sticks on there?
Yes. No.
Yes.
See?
But how many have you got left?
4.
How could you put them evenly onto those 8 bits?
Ah.
What would you have to break them into, Casey?
Snip them.
Into 2? Okay, so I don't want you to break them.
Too light.
That in order to figure out what 1/8 of 12 is, we can't do it with even sticks, can we? We'd have to break how many of them in half?
4.
4. So how much would you end up on each piece if you were to break them in half, Casey?
2.
No, 1 and a half. You'd end up with 1 and... Look at what Kaya's done over here.
Snip it.
No, I don't want you to break them. Okay, if you look at what Kaya's done over here... out there 1/8. They were 8s, weren't they? 1/8 of 12 is how many? 1/8 of 12 is how many? No, how many did you have on one piece, Kaya? 1 and a half.
1 and a half.
So what's one? Shh. What's 1/8 of 12, Taniura? 1 and a half. She had 1 and a half sticks on each one. Awesome.